Alright, y'all, I'm back. Last one for the day. Aquarian type energy. Did Tristan, can you hit the play on the remote to my TV? My phone died. Can you use your remote and press play? Alright. Alright, y'all. I'm back with the Aquarius September type reading. Let me tell y'all what I got in my head. I am so running so long. I wanna love her now. I wanna love her now. I wanna feel the way that you're holding me so. I don't know what that's about though. That's Calvin Harris though. Like give my son better here like. I want to go to a rave. I don't know what that means. Yeah, I really want to go to a fucking rave. Okay, so I keep trying to give me some light skinned friends because I'm gonna go to a fucking rave. Or we can just go to the house, go to the house party. I don't even drink beer. That's what I drink beer, so I can be in there just. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't even care. Drink pizza. I'm sick of it. Just have some chicken wings. You get what I'm saying? I am so running. I wanna know now. Alright, let me get y'all reading though. But that's the song that's in my head. Waiting to feel, making the hardest home. Is that how y'all feel? Y'all ready for a relationship? Ready to be open? Or ready to party though? Cause I like this song. Okay. Alright, okay. Let's get the 6 cards out and then we're gonna see what comes on. Don't let your pride get in the way. What's that full moon in Leo though? Say what you say now, boss. You got a win-win outcome is on the forecast. That is a full moon in there. Have faith in your dream. You got the waxing crescent moon, baby. And what you need to release. You are good enough. That's full moon in Scorpio. And that is full moon in Virgo. God damn. Balance and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. So y'all got a lot of releasing cards. You got full moon in Leo, so that's pride. That could be equally stubborn. The attentive style, wanting things to go your way, or thinking you know certain things, or just letting your lion roar. You got full moon in Libra necessarily, so it needs to release the way you want things to go, because Libra sometimes can be very decisive, but they can be fair, and sometimes they can be biased like a motherfucker. So it's understanding what you resonate with, understanding your morale type compass, because a win-win outcome, everything is not always supposed to go in your favor. You gotta have faith in your dream, which is the waxing crescent moon, which is the beginning. And then you got what do you need to release? A warning moon. And you go back to a full moon. It's all about releasing. That you are good enough, so that it's insecurities, it's worries, and it's things that keep you tied up. Balance and spirituality and practicality, to where you need to figure out what it is that you need to do. So that's what you got a lot of stuff you need to release this month. So we're gonna see what this reading is like about. Let me see. Okay. Alright, we're gonna use the tattoo tarot deck. So I'm gonna say you got a lot of cards you got to release. Or just like mainly though, it's like the emotional aspect of learning old, like it just gives me like old knowledge, old ways. Like, it gives me like a lot of releasing cards, so whatever that is, so it's like you need to just let some shit go. Okay, wait a minute. Okay. One last shuffle, because these bitches is thick though. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're gonna get us a couple cards on each. Lately I've been trying to do 3, but them just been super stick feeding the 3 aspect though. They did as hell. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. Alright, alright, alright. Ooh, ooh. Need one more. All right. Overall, you hear me say on the bottom of the deck, you got the Seven of Wands. That's why I said some of y'all got a lot of shit you got to release. I tell people a lot of times, boundaries does implicate rules where necessarily people can't cross or come to. Boundaries does implicate certain rules that you put into play for people. It's like a no-no. But certain people nowadays use insecurities as a form of boundaries, and it comes out very selfish, and a lot of people don't know how to have healthy boundaries between certain people. So that's why I say I got 2 minute releasing type card. First card out, you got don't let your pride get in the way. Where I said this, who is this in? I just said this is a Scorpionic reading. I said it's okay to be cocky, but don't be arrogant. So that's when it supersedes confidence. You know, pride can be one of the deadliest sins because you got Six of Pentacles, Queen of Wands, Three of Wands, and the Emperor being reversed. Ugh. And the Emperor being reversed. For some of y'all, though, with the Six of Pentacles and this Queen of Wands and this Three of Wands, this could be some sort of failed relationship. Like I said, some of y'all still holding on to certain things. Three of Wands does speaks about returning or giving or wanting something to go back to the way that you need it to be. But Three of Wands does speaks of failure. It's like a waiting on something necessarily. You do have, you hear me say the what was that? Was it this? You do have, you hear me say the Emperor being reversed as well. Emperor reverse means pride, means having like dispositions with patience, like you're so impatient, rigid, wanting things to be your way, emotionally closed off, not open, having a sense of control, me, like that, or whatever the case may be. So that's why I said that needs to be let go of. All right, a win-win outcome is on the forecast. You got Ace of Cups reverse, the Strength in reverse, and the Eight of Wands. This is where I said it's going to take some time for you to understand what is your moral compass, what is right, what is wrong, and understand and see how it gets you in the positions that you are in. The Ace of Cups, like you hear me say, that's rejecting love, that is rejecting kindness. You got the Strength card reverse, so that is overly the ego, the egotistical, the prideful, the cocky, like that or whatever, to the Ace of Wands energy, where you hear me say it needs to find some sort of balance. So that's why I said when it comes to you in a win-win outcome necessarily. So that's why I say you got to figure out when you want certain things for the collective, overall, everybody else, because that's what y'all energy is about. But everything's not necessarily about you. So that's why I say you got to learn that down. So it's learning to incorporate a sense of style, emotion, empathy, and understanding. Have faith in your dreams. You got the Hierophant, the Hermit reverse, and the Queen of Cups. You got Queen of Cups reverse. Do y'all want to get married? I don't know. Do y'all want to get married, or the style or the idea of marriages though necessarily? Because the Hierophant and the Hermit reverse and the Queen of Cups is kind of like you isolating yourself from somebody. It could be like you hear me say, the folly type card coming up, needing time to breathe or to care or to get an inner knowing about something or someone. Fear, commitment based, commitment style. Queen of Cups could be necessarily emotionally needy or a depressive type state or just not necessarily happy. So that's why I said have faith in your dreams. One of y'all want to get married, or you excluding the idea of marriages or commitment type style. For some of y'all are more focused on what I want to say. Some of y'all may be more in school, got your head down and very work driven, to where if love did come knock on your door, it couldn't, because it's like just Eight of Wands, got the bullseye targets so protected that it's kind of like somebody got to have a mean shot to get through there. What do you need to release? You got Justice, Five of Pentacles, and the Devil. Some of y'all got to learn how to be able to let go. Finding fair, understanding, it's fairness, it's understanding, it's caring about others and necessarily showing that. I'm surprised y'all didn't get. Did y'all get bring love into the equation? They didn't get that shit. Nope. Y'all didn't get the shit at all. Damn. Okay. Damn. That's shocking. But you got the justice though. What do you need to release? The Five of Cups, and you have the devil here. Some of y'all is letting go of like old ways, old thinking, old rhetoric, certain things that you were taught, possibly wanting somebody to get karma or to be karma, independently wanting things to be your way. This self nature, this because Aquarius sometimes can be those type of people where they can be the mind frame of like the weirdo, the outcast, to where sometimes it could isolate them more from pulling more people in necessarily though. So that's why I said it's recuperating and learning how, like going back to that justice energy, learning what is fair, how it serves people's, what those boundaries necessarily do, the idea of, and like figuring out you independently, like cutting out all the bullshit, all the distractions necessary that limit you from stepping into the person that you need to be. Okay. Now you are good enough. You got Nine of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, but the Eight of Pentacles reverse. Nine of Swords speaks of like not seeing eye to eye, or it could be communication that necessarily hurts, that stings, of words. It could be the Nine of Swords necessary. You hear me say that's not saying eye to eye. There could be words necessary, the lack of. I told you the peacock energy. That is like showmanship, understanding. It could be ideally with relationships. The Eight of Pentacles is very boredom. Like not being invested in putting into the work. For some of y'all, ideally though, if it's a relationship connection, like I said, some of y'all more invested into work or being a boss or school or knowledge or just connections or the way you like your life set up. That anything that like it's kind of like if somebody comes in and they want to adore or appreciate it. This could be somebody you're dealing with, or they want to appreciate or have some sort of room. It's like, no, I got this set up this way. Don't touch this. Don't do this. This is how I like it. And for some of y'all, like in the space of dealing with those insecurities or whatever the case may be, it's like trying to be this sense of perfect. And it's kind of like nobody can never achieve perfect though. Okay, you got balance between spirituality and practicality. King of Cups, Two of Pentacles, Four of Swords, and you got the Seven of Cups. I like that though. Balance between spirituality. I like that though. King of Cups. There go some emotions fucking finally. I like that though with the Four of Swords and the Seven of Cups. I like that though because you have to find some type of balance though. You see the two scales though necessarily they're upside down. Your truth, their truth, my truth, understanding necessarily, and like even if it's like if you was in like faith or going to church too much and necessary, you know, you see those women, well, I ain't gonna do this because I'm gonna give me a man, a God. It's like being so focused on religious type aspects, which can be cool. I ain't trying to talk about their faith, that they forget that they're human and they have a life. So for some of y'all, this could be work, the ideal, school, boss, mommying, career, necessary, whatever. Like being so focused and so driven for certain things that you forget you ideally human. So that's why you need to have a balance between spirituality and practicality. For some of y'all, y'all have no relationship with the metaphysical or divine or necessarily, even if you get in the world, we're in a relationship. It's kind of like somebody told you off. For some of y'all, y'all got boundaries, though. That's up too high. I will say that, though. So let's see what else comes out of it. 13 minutes in. So that's why I say you do see people who do be preachers sometimes, or women who be deacons or whatever goes, and forget to separate that life from other humans, though. Because people will hit you with that Jesus did. Jesus was cool with everybody else. They was. That don't mean he was. They hung with them 24/7, though. He recognized that those people were majority of people that he preached his message to or healed. So some of y'all don't recognize it when it comes to it, even if you're like some sort of priestess or magic or just that. Like some of y'all could be into the verge of overloading to where the emperor being reversed. To where, like I said in the spiritual cognizance video, where a lot of people who are practitioners are abusing certain people, say because they feel like they should learn their way and necessarily causing a sense of chaos, and it's showing emotional um blockages that they suffer with and said their life to where they could grow and learn from others as well. Okay. Let's go. I will say that I will see what's coming out though. For some of y'all though, y'all just gotta come up for air. Just 4 minutes, change your focus. Come up for fucking air. Cause you got Nine of Pentacles, the Temperance, the Three of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, the Seven of Swords, and the Nine of Wands. That's why I said some of y'all gotta come up for fucking air though. Nine of Pentacles though, going back to this Three of Swords though, and Three of Pentacles, that's somebody who is very uncompromising though when it comes to ideals, said certain things like it is, or somebody who's very uncompromising, like very. And the Seven of Swords and the Nine of Wands, this is somebody that's overly defensive though, defensive as hell. For Eight of Swords, for some of y'all though, that need to know or getting into certain situations, because it looks like somebody, if you look at like, damn, I wish I could flip the computer there. Let me hold this back up. If you look up, and I'm gonna show y'all all this, it looks like somebody running back telling somebody something. Like, look at that though. So one of y'all necessarily running back telling somebody something, and you're gonna end up getting caught up in the situation. That's what it kind of looks like though. Sorry. Because this is the ultimate betrayal. Like I said, one of y'all don't have somebody interested at heart, or somebody don't have your interest at heart. Like somebody's playing like a long haul game where somebody's playing the middleman. Ten of Swords, like you the pusher man, you the middleman. You put this. You got Page of Swords and the Page, and you got Page of Swords and the Two of Cups don't necessarily don't like y'all necessarily. I was finna say this looked like a spy though. I was finna say that though, like going to somebody running back telling you something, or you and you running back and you gonna go do that or whatever. Like that's what it kind of gets me though, like the ultimate betrayal with the Three of Swords and the Ten of Wands. So this is an antics necessarily that has been going on. For the Ten of Wands, that's like a burden that's necessarily dealing with and communicating and going forward though necessarily. Could be the lack of trust though between each other though, always in each other's face. For some of y'all running back telling somebody something though. I will say that though, in somebody else's business, because you got the Star and the Queen of Wands though. Ooh, Ace of Cups, the Magician. That's why I said yeah. Ace of Cups and the Magician. Scorpionic type energy. Mm. Two of Swords and the King of Wands. That's why I said yes, yes. You got Ace of Cups, the Magician, the Scorpionic energy, the Two of Swords, and the King of Wands. Yeah. Some of y'all, like you hear me say, when it comes to the patience aspects or trying to control the dynamics, a lot of things, some of y'all got a lot of control issues and you want things to go your way. That's why his pride is there, though, necessarily, though, because it's being rigid and so stuck in your certain style of certain things. Magician aspect, necessarily, though, because you got Queen. I said that though. I said that though. I've been dealing with Aquarius. I've been dealing with some magic. I said that though. Just be flinging that shit. I'll be like, girl. Seven of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Queen of Pentacles, and the Emperor. That's why I said for some of y'all, necessarily though. Y'all going back or somebody's necessarily in your business and they're communicating things. Ace of Swords necessarily doesn't have to be the truth. It can be old past truths. Queen of Pentacles necessarily could be somebody that's into a darker type style of a complex, needing to be sustained necessarily to the world, where you see the girls when they're more to the bags, the label girls necessarily. Oh well. Some of y'all, when it's coming to a magical style type aspect, some of y'all are running off old information about a person. This is where I say in the spiritual cognizance video where I was getting like a little bit aggravated or whatever the case may be, to where people sometimes don't even commute with elders or have some sort of understanding with their divine and practices, where you see a lot of people who are educated and they just be doing shit necessarily because they feel like they know. Because if you feel like you knew, it wouldn't be so many things that need to be released against a person or said information. For some of y'all know, y'all could just be trying to persevere. This could be happening to you. I will say that though. Somebody in your business. I said that though. Because you got Six of Wands and the Four of Swords. Some of y'all could be dealing with stressful type matters though. That's what I said. Some of y'all could be dealing with like stressful type matters though. Because you got Five of Pentacles, you got Seven of Wands, the Nine of Wands, the Nine of Swords, and the Emperor. Some of y'all going through certain things. Like I said, this guilt, this shame, this is a sense of remorse, understanding, closing out, like emotionally being closed off. That's why I said some of y'all got y'all pride so far. If y'all ass, it ain't making no sense. So it's like making decisions necessarily that don't justify the means. Because again, you got the Emperor this time upright. So that's kind of like being emotionally closed off and definitely aloof. Because you got the Sun, this negativity. Some y'all have a negative experience of somebody or a person that's in an authoritative type position. And I feel like you got it wrong. Because you got Eight of Cups, the Hangman, the Tower, and the King of Swords. Eight of Cups mean negatively walking away from something though, but at the same time trying to keep from being explosive. For some of y'all, this is a repetitive type trait that flares up for y'all. It could be anger, it could be emotions, it could be attitude, it could be necessarily downright to the communicatory process. For some of y'all, I feel like are very illogical. People say when it comes to these boundaries and necessarily closing people out. Because you got the Wheel of Fortune. Some of y'all just close people out necessarily because things don't go y'all way. Because you got Two of Wands and the Hermit. And I said some of y'all do certain things based off because you feel like you know instead of going within and understanding. Yeah, Knight of Cups. That's why I said they go that two-faced ass energy. Some of y'all necessarily playing both sides. I told y'all that it's being called out. You got the lovers being reversed. Some of y'all causing chaos like a motherfucker. Ten of Swords. It's somebody y'all like that dead ass is. It's either you doing this or somebody causing a whole lot of chaos in your life because you got Ace of Wands and the Hierophant reverse. For some of y'all, this could be the roles reverse, like dealing with a role swap in the relationships or matters to where like the folly type nature that I mentioned about the spiritual cognizance of this with people have to grow through certain ascending because ascending never stops to where you deal with emotional challenges or life challenges on earth that could block certain styles of situations of how you do magic, right? But it's like the situation is where somebody could teach somebody something, but they don't want to take it because it's pride. I think that's where the pride comes in, though necessarily though. And you got the world reverse, so it's kind of like being blocked in the view. Six of Pentacles reverse again. That's why I said back to that though. Five of Swords and the Chariot. Yeah, some of y'all gonna keep on pushing because this is the way that it gotta go for you. Devil energy reverse. Right? I'm gonna read them aloud. King of Pentacles and the Six of Swords. Yeah, some of y'all like I eat so stubborn. Even when the trumpet is blowing, going through a sense of spiritual awakening, y'all still gonna do the same damn thing. Ace of Pentacles will look a gifted horse right in the mouth. Oh, will. Bruh, because you got Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Swords, Eight of Wands. Alright, okay, let me clarify these up. Because you got Ten of Swords on the bottom of the deck. For some of y'all, though, y'all are in somebody else's business that you don't need to be in, though. I will say that, though. Some of y'all in somebody else's business and y'all running back telling somebody else something, though. I will say that, though. Like, it just gives me low-key messy and betrayal and discontentment. Some of y'all is somebody that's in your business and you necessarily don't like that and it's teaching you to invoke new sets of boundaries. But for some of y'all with this messy ass behavior though, even though somebody's crossing your boundaries or constantly getting on your fucking nerves necessarily, it's kind of like teaching you new aspects of what you need to release so you can be able to allow this person in or dealing with new type of people. The latter for some of y'all is being so stuck and accustomed to your ways to where like it gets you in a situation that's very uncomfortable, uncompromising, unwilling to learn that it actually teach you something. Because you got the King of Pentacles going back to the Six of Swords. That's why I said some of y'all taking conversations, going backwards necessarily about people, judging them or moving on. Like you hear me say, even dealing with ascension type processes though, like I feel like somebody has a flawed perspective of a person necessarily and running from that. Seven of Pentacles though, like you hear me say, I feel like it's room to grow, especially when it comes to ascension type matters. Because you got Seven of Pentacles, the Page of Cups, and the Eight of Wands. But I said I feel like some of y'all are so focused on certain things of how you want it. Queen of Swords reverse. Ooh, Aquarius, what y'all got going on? You got Five of Cups. Some of y'all could be dealing with the loss of somebody, someone. It would seem like that though with the Queen of Pentacles though, because when you do lose somebody necessary that you care about, you do find yourself necessarily will be drinking, hanging out, hanging with people that you said wouldn't want to, going through changes or challenges necessarily, dealing with the home front or feeling like you going through those depressive type episodes or dealing with manic type episodes that can bring out the manipulative, sneaky side of the shadow. I said my TV live. That could bring out certain things though, because you got the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Yeah, that's why I say it's something that y'all gotta learn though necessarily though. On the bottom of the deck though, that's why I say you got Eight of Pentacles, you have the Moon, the Two of Cups though. Some of y'all could be doing too much necessarily though. Trying to compensate for a sense of time. You got King of Cups, the High Priestess, and the Page of Pentacles. That's why I said some of y'all are just dealing with truthful type matters. And y'all are the person that's in a position necessary where people come confiding you like necessarily. I said this is where I wish. Like when it deal with like Catholic type churches. Ooh Lord, this is the wrong thing. Just listen before y'all judge me. I like how they have the booth where you get to go into church and you get to get necessarily, you get to talk in confidence. Some of y'all are spiritual. Shut up! Shut up! Some of y'all necessarily this in spiritual design type positions, you have to learn the more you ascend or in a position of being a master or a teacher, no matter how egregious, if you say you are a light worker or being able to push in a position, no matter how you feel your moral compass is, you got to learn that necessarily everybody has their own journey. It's not the way you design it to be. Like some of y'all gotta learn that though before y'all get into situations necessarily that don't serve y'all. Before you start slinging magic, being immature, wanting to understand, doing certain things, over exhausting your resources. Some of y'all gotta learn it though, necessarily though, because it only lands you in situations to where like you push and isolate people away from you. For some of y'all though, some of y'all could be dealing with like some manic depression, certain type of episodes, and don't know how to communicate them or understand to where it's isolating because like the same antics or situation because people are so close to you, closing them out that people don't even necessarily want to come in. Like when I use the roaring lion aspects or whatever. Like, geez, some people don't be wanting to be like, girl, like, girl, I don't want to deal with him because, people I don't want to deal with her or him because they always mad. They always this to the point where people like, I don't have time for that because they have otherworldly things going on. Or ideally, because people operating from a sense of fear, kind of like, I don't want them to hurt me because they going to do this. So it's like either way, if you want to call in that sense of empathy, even if you're being messy or just like a catty like friend and you type of support. It's kind of like in the mind frame of it's kind of like people like, she, you gonna do it to me? So that's that energy necessarily if you're looking for understanding and support necessarily to need that this month. So that's why I say this could be going on around you. This could be somebody else. I don't know. So whatever floats your boat. So let's just recap. First card out, you got don't let pride get you away. You got Six of Coins, Queen of Wands, Emperor. You got Three of Wands and the Emperor. Some of y'all have to learn how to receive other things more than trying to be in control. This could be the need to let go. This could be letting go of past failures, relationships, don't let this hold you back from a sense of relationship to where somebody, your new lover have to love you from 4 exes ago, 3 lovers ago. You get what I'm saying? Like, they gotta love you from every failed relationship. Don't be that person. For some of y'all, taking advantage of certain people. Some of y'all, you know, it's what you want. Like I said, it seemed like in the past love reading where y'all was trying to rekindle with somebody, a past love, wanting to work it out. That's cool. But if you working on you, you don't know how to work on you, just be honest. Like I said, just be honest. Truth is truth. And when outcome is on the 4K, y'all know how I feel about that. I said figure out what's your moral compass and understanding so you can see what is empathy, what is understanding, what is right, what is wrong, and when do you need to roar your lying necessary. I told you, if it has something to do with love, think about how emotionally closed off this is. Because somebody got a hell of a shot to be able to get to your heart. I will say that though. Have faith in your dreams necessarily. You got the Hierophant, the Hermit, and the Queen of Cups. That's why I said some of y'all are just so focused on learning or just in school, even if it's a relationship, the style, or your emotional happiness. Some of y'all are just so focused by the 3D, the mundane, of people that you deal with, interact with, that you forget about you. For some of y'all isolating the help that necessarily can help you because of it's not what you're used to, because of our own emotional disdain. What do you need to release? I told you got the Justice, the Five of Pentacles, and the Devil. Some of you have to release the old ways of thinking, letting go, shedding, coming into a new awareness about certain things so you can be able to move forward into it. Fifth card, yeah, you are good enough. Don't say we all perfectly imperfected. We all got our flaws. We all got our insecurities. So just don't get caught up in the fact of where you get mad when people don't want to accept it. Sometimes we can, or you hear me say, going back to the boundaries and that 7 of Wands energy, where we get so accustomed of wanting people to accept our no's, respect our no's, and all this different types of stuff, and that it isolates certain people. And somebody like, no, well, why is that there? And the first time they question you, you go into this volatile type mood, and it's a problem. You get insecure about it, and that's when you go into the place of where you're trying to damage the connection with a person or say it so. So it's being honest. That's why I said we all perfectly flawed. Last card out, number 5, y'all want balance between spirituality and practicality. Don't be one of those type of people where you just so necessarily folly, because I told you it's a heart up under here somewhere. Because you got 2 of Cups, 7 of Cups, and the 4 of Swords. Don't burn yourself out when it comes to work and relationships, though. Like, it's okay if you're in a relationship. Sometimes your partner want to know that you are there. Sometimes they want to know necessarily that mm, yeah, that's why I said sometimes partners want to know necessarily that you're there. They don't want to have to wait till you get emotionally exhausted to where things don't necessarily go your way for you to see them. Find a time between to where you fresh off the prowl, where you ain't like the overly Christian person, the overly conscious person, you get what I'm saying, like overly witchy style type person or whatever the case may be. Uh-uh. But again, that's one thing. You don't believe me though. Just with the cards, you got full moon. You got a lot of releasing cards. Some of y'all in magic, y'all know full moons is what you release. You got 1, 2, 3. What's this? 1 and moon. What do you need to release? You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Balance and practicality. Pisces. Wax and moon. Have faith in your dreams. So I said, out of 5 cards, you got a lot of shit you gotta release. So we're gonna give you one more. Gonna read the necessary though, and I am done for the day. Woo! Full moon, surrender it to the divine. We gonna let that read that out. We gonna read that out loud though. So I said, some of y'all just, whew, just a lot. Aquarius, we ain't never had no reading like this. We have, but like, baby, y'all showing you slip. Okay, 32. Let me see. Oh, we got y'all showing out. Okay. Surrender to the divine. The very word climax brings all sort of ideas and images to mind. Agreed. But is it really the feeling of this card? Life has come to a head point, a conclusion, or a turning point. There may be some kind of change and even a possible and possibly even some sort of emotional explosion. Tune into your emotions now and see what they are telling you. They're very likely close to the surface. No matter when in the moon, once you pull this card, matters will soon conclude and you will find out whether or not your wishes are going to come true. The odds are in your favor, as this is a positive card, but you may need to work harder than usual to keep cool as events unfold. Attuned to the moon, I am getting the answers I need. A wish you made is about to come true. It is make or break time. There could be a sense of madness in the air and a breathe to stay calm. You may need to forgive someone. You may need to forgive someone to release negative energy. It's time to let go and let go of the past and move on. The Fool marks the climax of the lunar cycle, making this card something of a power card. The full moon is often the time when answers are given to questions asked during a new moon, and pulling this card at any time of the lunar cycle suggests answers will be coming your way before too long. So on that note, y'all, we gonna name this video. What we gonna name this video? Because that's what I'm trying to figure out. Ooh, oh, I see, baby. What is going on, Aquarius? Our readings ain't ever been like this. It has not, though. That's why I say some of y'all just, whoo, lift the boots all the way down to the baby. Let's see. What we gonna name this, though? Aquarius. What do we call this, though? That's why I said, what do you name this, though? Because it was mainly about boundaries and letting the old things go. I don't know. Would you say letting hurt go? Letting hurt go. Uh, nah, we're gonna call this the undecided. How you spell that though? Shit, damn. No, I said we're gonna call this the undecided. So that's it, you guys. Hopefully this helped you out.